Hello everybody, or whoever sees this or watches this video. I'm making it just as an update for myself, video footage, since my life has completely turned 180, if not 360, in the past almost 2 weeks. So I'll start from the beginning. I'm not at my old spot anymore, my old address. That's down the drain because corruption, you know. I was renting a little trailer, and I was renting there for 3 years. And recently, I've been doing claim of the life stuff, or if you guys don't know who Commander-in-Chief Russell J. Gould is, I'll put his link and stuff and information in the comment section or the bio, because that's the truth. That's the fact of reality. The government ended in 1999 after its third and final bankruptcy, and Commander-in-Chief Russell J. Gould stepped in and essentially saved all of America and all the people who are willing to wake up to the truth about that. Either way, so I was all through September and August, I was in the process of getting my claim of the life through the True system, and I was behind on about a month's worth of rent, which I was in communication with my landlord about that, and I was doing things to take care of that situation, but it ended up going to where he wanted to file for eviction and he wanted to sue me. So he ended up putting a notice through the county clerk on my trailer door, and I was like, okay. So, and on there it said he wanted to sue me for this, whatever. It's like, okay. And it said on there to put your reasons for why you shouldn't be forcefully evicted. And I had I think it was 3-page document. I took pictures of it or whatever, and I wrote the exact reasons. Number one is, well, the first and foremost is that his leasing contract did not equivalent to, it was breaking a bunch of different title codes through the U.S. corporate structure or whatever he wanted to contract through. And I wrote that if you wanted me to pay this or whatever, or if you wanted me to stay there or whatever, I was like, all you have to do is correct yourself in accordance with the actual true law and title codes to the correct grammar in regards to contract. So I wrote that in there, and there's some other things, like I was working through the VA and stuff. There's 4 solid reasons why, and they would have worked, why I shouldn't have got evicted. So that took about like a couple weeks to go through, and I sent that, and I emailed, or certified mailed that information back to them. Now on the county clerk thing, it said that it says mail the reasons to your landlord or the county clerk. And I didn't think that, I didn't think to mail another set to the county clerk, because I didn't think it was going to go that far, because I thought the landlord was going to correct himself, but nobody wants to be accountable. Nobody wants to be correct, and when you do, and they're dependent on you, they come after you, apparently, even if it's wrong. So on September 23rd, the sheriff's department put its notice to get off the property or whatever, and I had like 3 days, and I was like, what the hell? So I called my landlord and I said, hey, did you give my reasons of why I shouldn't be forcefully evicted to the county clerk? And he said, no, that's not my responsibility. And I was like, yes it is. It's your case, it's your contract, it's your job to do that. So he didn't do that, so I ended up calling. The next day I called the county clerk and I told them what was going on. And I didn't have enough time to go down to the courthouse and file my reasons. So we both kind of agreed that I was just going to wait till the next day tomorrow when the deputy shows up. Thinking it was going to be fine, because I've talked to police officers before. They're completely fine. They're cordial. Police officers, when they take an oath, I thought they were supposed to protect and serve, de-escalate situations, neutralize them, and have it, work out. That's not how it went. It went rather terribly. So the next day, a deputy showed up, and I'll say it because if you want, you can look up the video footage of the body cam. I know I did nothing wrong, except get fucking beat up by this bitch. Deputy Cynthia Lavertu. I saw the sheriff's car pull up outside, and I saw it, and I had my paperwork in hand, and I waved, and then I went and got a cup of coffee, and I brought my paperwork and cup of or cacao or whatever, hot chocolate, outside, and I sat on my steps, and I waited for this deputy to come. And she came up right by me, and then she put something else on my door, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and she said, "Are you the one residing here?" And I said, "Well, kind of technically, but you don't have the right paperwork or whatever." And before I could say anything else, she put her hands on my wrists, and I was like, "Whoa, like, what the fuck are you doing?" And she's like, "I thought I told you." And I was like, "You didn't tell me shit." She kept grabbing my hand and my wrist, and I was like, I stepped up and I stepped back, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you doing?" And because I was surprised, I was like, "Whoa, something's going on." And she was trying to grab my hand. She didn't say anything. She just escalated the situation to that degree, and I was like, whoa. So while I was doing, like, kind of holding her off, I actually pulled out my cell phone and I called 911 on her. And I was talking to the operator, and I was like, "Hey, I need a different officer down here, because your other officer is not in jurisdiction." And while I was talking to her, she pulled me off the steps, and then we were wrestling on the ground, or she was on top of me at that point, trying to crank my arm behind my back. And while this is going on, all of the one of the owners or whatever, and then 2 maintenance people were watching this display of incompetency and just delusion, to be honest. Just robotic, "Oh, this person bad, I must be violent and arrest this person, doesn't matter what her story is, even if she's innocent or not." So yeah, it ended up where she was able to arrest me. Another group of deputies showed up. Even though I was asking for their commanding officer, nobody could do that. Asking for the actual sheriff, nobody could do that. And then I sat in the back of the police car watching the maintenance people take all of my property out of my trailer in black plastic bags and throw it over the fence, so that the hurricane that day or that night could essentially, it's left to that, it's all gone. I found out because I was in jail. I was thrown in jail through booking, which was also a terrible, disgusting, violating, abusive process. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a huge bruise from them grabbing this and dragging me and just essentially stripping me, like these 2 fat bully chick guards. I don't want to get into that because it was just disgusting, and the system is completely corrupted at this point. Like, they're not following the correct procedures, and they're not actually following due process. They're not even looking you in the eye when they're doing anything. And I noticed this because I looked at my booking picture and my information, and they got my eye color wrong, even though they have a picture of it. It says my eye color is brown, but my eye color is blue. So there's that. And that was I was in jail for 9 days, and then I got out. I bailed myself out somehow because I didn't know how to bail, that works, because I didn't have any contacts to go through, and I couldn't get my cell phone because it's in property to call anybody. So you're essentially in there, either give the money or you're in there until your court date. And thank God I bailed myself out, because my court date is supposed to be tomorrow, but they canceled, or they pushed that forward till October, at the end of October, and I still would have been stuck in jail waiting for my court date or whatever. So yeah, I bailed myself out, and all my property was gone after I looked at and asked some people. I thought somebody would have at least salvaged some of it, but no. All of the people my neighbors who I thought were my friends and would have never done that, nope, just a quick maybe $300, or maybe even less than $300, and they totally completely ruined my life, or were an active part of that. So if you see this, or if one of my neighbors who was the part of that process, you guys ruined somebody's life for I don't know what reason. You are actively a part of the fucking corrupted system. And I'm going to prove that during my court cases, because everything that happened is disgustingly wrong, corrupted, incorrect. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to press charges for my own personal property, but we'll see. So now I'm staying with a friend, my friend Indio, at a different place for right now, waiting for another hurricane to come, which is supposedly Category 5. I think it's going to head south. But yeah, it's really disgusting how deeply corrupted people will become for money, or when they're socially engineered to do something. They're not even thinking. They're just like, oh, I guess the fucking AI system or whatever told me to do this, so I guess this person needs to get shot today, or this person is guilty of whatever. There is no due process. It was just, oh, this person is behind on the rent, eviction, don't talk to them, but listen to the fake Florida law. And technically Florida state isn't even a fucking real thing, because it also ended in 1999 because it couldn't file any of its monetary laws or infrastructure after the election in 2001, or it couldn't refile. All of the United States was bankrupt, or in debt. Again, Commander-in-Chief Russell J. Gould goes more into this detail and this depth. You can watch his documentary Last Flag Standing, and then there's other Piercing Dynasty. It's just really disappointing where people are. But I know my truth. I know the truth, and truth wins. So my question is why why is everybody else taking part of the panic, the fictitious system, the panic, the fear, and corruption? Fictitious grammar. It's not all contracts. If you don't file it with the correct parse syntax grammar, you can't deduce anything down to fact. You can't quantify the spoken word. So there's that. Just an update. If anybody wants to know where I am, you can comment on here, or you can try and email me, or if you have my number, you can text me or whatever, and there's that. So peace. I hope everybody does the correct thing, because truth wins. So I hope you're in the truth and you're doing the correct thing based off of what's deep down in here.